everybody watching us on Guneet's conversation with, because we're talking about films and nothing is more fun than talking about cinema. We have here Efe Cakarel, CEO and founder of Mubi. Hi Efe.
Thank you.
Welcome to India, namaste.
Thank you very much.
Like they say at the airport. And of course we have Oscar-winning producer of Period End of Sentence and amongst other amazing things. Guneet is here as a film producer and she's also here as the India content advisor for Mubi India. Now Efe, first things first.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Sucharita, I'm a film critic and I am wearing this lovely blazer today. Great, so Efe, now Guneet loves Mubi, I love Mubi. Everybody who loves cinema knows what Mubi is and loves Mubi, and we're all very excited for the India launch and the India platform. But how about a refresher for people who are joining us for the first time? What is Mubi? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it Superman?
It's a streaming service dedicated to great cinema. We've been around for a long time. We launched 12 years ago, 2007. And our vision and what we've been wanting to do never changed. We show great movies. We focus on movies. The model is quite different from everybody else. We show you just one film a day. Each film stays for 30 days, right? So there are always 30 films you can watch. Every day one film comes, one film goes out.
Right.
So it's a constantly rotating library of amazing cinema movie.
Right. So you started 12 years ago. What did Mubi look like when it first came into being? What was the? I'm very curious. What were the first 30 films that you had on the platform, and how did you convince filmmakers and production houses to give you their stuff?
So I mean, Mubi was born out of a real passion for cinema. I mean, I really felt like the world needed a place that is dedicated to great movies. Because we are living in a world where everybody is shifting very significantly towards mainstream, trying to please as many people as possible with as much content as possible. And I love great cinema. And when we first started, I'll tell you, the very first film on Mubi was a film called La Antena. An Argentine black and white drama by Esteban Sapir, and since then we handpicked every single film we've shown.
Wow.
So,
how many people were watching you in 2007 when you first launched it? Did you think that people are going to continue to watch?
Yeah, me, my best friend, and our lead developer. No, it started in one small room, obviously, like all these. I was in Palo Alto. I started working out of a cafe. I have a funny story actually. Years later, when we really started to take off, I was interviewed by South China Post, the biggest daily in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And I told them the beginnings of it, me starting in a cafe and then some months later raising some seed capital and moving to an office. And I think something got lost in translation. So the article came out and it said, from barista to internet entrepreneur. they thought I was,
making coffee and
it was funny.
Setting up an empire simultaneously.
It was really funny. But yeah, so like all these stories, it starts with a passion and very small, humble beginnings, and you focus on it and you keep at it. And the first few years was very difficult.
Yeah.
Because film, this industry is very traditional, and it was very difficult back in 2007. These were early days. This was when Netflix first coming out, and there was nobody else really.
Netflix still had DVDs.
Yeah, so they were really a big DVD platform. 2007, the year I launched, they also launched their streaming platform. But this market didn't, this business didn't exist. So I would go and I would ask, say, the producer of Truffaut to give me Jules et Jim or 400 Gloves to show on Mubi, and that was a very difficult conversation. And it took many years to convince people that the consumer experience is really shifting towards here, and we are not really replacing the cinematic experience. We are making it more convenient and accessible.
Yeah.
and also the market started to mature, and we were able to get the kind of films that we aspired to. But it took many years. The first 8 years of Mubi was a difficult journey. The past 4 years.
Were you also moonlighting as a barista for 8 years?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Selling coffee on the side. Now, speaking of small, humble beginnings and struggle and like not really knowing where it's going, but like figuring it out, you have on board Guneet Monga. Now, anybody who knows Guneet's story, her story is incredible. It's inspiring, and the one thing that she has in common with Mubi is the passion that both Efe and Guneet have for cinema, for good cinema, and for putting good stories out there. So, Efe, why Guneet? Where did you find Guneet, and how is it going with her? And then I will come to you with the same question.
She's the best, and I think we all know, but she has the sensibility for great cinema. I mean, she also thinks that more people should watch great films, all right? And she's working really hard to try to make that happen.
Oh my gosh, right? Yes.
And the kind of films that she produces, the kind of films that she champions, are the kind of films that more people should see, and in return, people get even more curious about great cinema like this, and they want to get more into it, and that's that's lovely. And when we,
I think Efe was very kind. It was me who chased my way, and I was like, please, oh my God, Mubi's coming to India.
No.
Can I please be a part of this?
No.
So it was a constant.
I cannot be more fortunate. I cannot be more fortunate that you have been spearheading our vision in India. So
I am so excited, and thank you, Sucharita, for making this introduction way early, last year sometime. And in fact, Mubi had tied up with Mami last year, and that was the first point of like whispering conversation, just few filmmakers that Mubi's coming. Everybody I speak to has a similar emotion about Mubi. It's like going to school. It's like going to school for cinema, waking up and every morning saying, what is the discovery today? What is the film today?
How exciting.
Have I seen it? Have I not seen it? And if I have not seen it, can I see it? Can we talk about it? So I think the curation of Mubi stands out globally, and this is an emotion that has transcend borders for Mubi. And filmmakers globally, I think now you've crossed the bigger hunch. In fact, people feel really happy to be on Mubi and
it's quite an honor.
Yes, exactly, and that
globally
emotion,
for reals.
So that emotion is something which is very precious, and very precious to filmmakers, very precious to people who love cinema, and who, in today's day and age, really look at Mubi as going to school.
Guneet, of course, there's a lot of SVOD, OTT content out there already. You can't turn a corner in Mumbai city without giant billboards telling you what's up next. And a lot of the stuff, it's your industry. You're also associated with a lot of the things that are out there right now. So you are advising content in Mubi. You're heading that. How is Mubi India? Now, let me just give you a little background here. Mubi, as it exists right now, is accessible to subscribe in India right now. But what's happening in the near future is that Mubi India will have curated Indian cinema across languages from all over the country on the platform as well. So how is Mubi India going to be different, and how is it going to set itself apart from what's already out there?
No, firstly, what I do want to say, what's already out there, the statistics also show that you spend anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes finding something.
Yes.
So Mubi firstly cuts that entire chase and gives you something on a platter every day, every morning.
Yeah.
And it declutters. The whole concept of declutter and minimalistic is what Mubi is. It only has 30
titles,
30 titles on at any time. So it's start to finish, and it also has a ticking clock.
It's like everything is a staff pick.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about what is the best on this platform. Everything has been picked by one person for a reason.
Yes, we've seen it. In fact, the India slate, we are building it right now. Each and everything has been seen, discussed. It's taken us a while to now have the slate ready. So very soon it's coming up, and one treat every day.
We were saying, it took us last year. I was here same time at Mami.
Yes,
and that was a lovely time as well. Having that reception with you and meeting all the filmmakers in India, really started to understand that there is multiple Indias in India. It's just such a rich culture of cinematic heritage. And it took us, more than a year
Yes.
to get to a place where we are confident enough to say hello. So we are very
We're
different.
coming.
We are very different from. I mean, most companies are go. Whereas I think we'd like to take smaller but firmer steps, and we are ready. But it takes a long time to create that right experience. And we learn as well. I mean, you're talking about the Indian channel. So basically, currently Mubi is everyday new film. And the movie that you are seeing today in India is Great World Cinema. So first, after we launch, the films are going to get bigger. By bigger, I mean we now, when you launch in a country, we start doing license and content deals with the local distributors. So we'll start getting bigger films. Whereas before, it's films that didn't necessarily get distribution. Amazing films that we are showing in the rest of the world,
Sure.
but you don't necessarily know that. So as a result, it appealed to sort of a very hardcore cinephile audience, people who really are into cinema. But the moment that you start now showing, the Almodovars and bring Parasite here and so on and so forth, then you start appealing to a much wider audience. So that's movie world. And then the Indian channel is going to be a pan-Indian channel of just Indian cinema.
Yes.
So that's very new.
Yes.
This doesn't exist elsewhere. So there's going to be Mubi, and there's going to be the Mubi Indian channel. So every day a new Indian film.
Why did you feel the need to do that? That you need to collect now Indian cinema and curate that as well?
Yes, because again, the more I got into Indian cinema, the more I realized how incredible and rich it is, and you cannot. It just needs to be highlighted by its own.
Yeah.
And we have wonderful brainstormings and conversations about how to even approach it, because do you do a pan-Indian cinema, or do you go, there is a South Indian channel, for example. There is a channel that focuses on the films coming from Calcutta, and there's a Hindi. But then we decided that it's great Indian cinema, and the mix, we are gonna, I think, over time get it right.
Yes.
And we might even spin off new interesting
Yes.
channels over time. But it's definitely a journey, and I'm excited. And amazingly, nobody else is doing it. Everybody's focused on.
Don't give them ideas, Efe.
Everybody's focused on the biggest TV series, right?
Yeah.
Everyone else. And you go and you talk to the National Film Archive, for example, and you're really curious about this film from 1956, and they're like, whoa.
You want that film?
No, but they're so it's amazing.
Yes.
That we want to find this gem and reintroduce it to audiences in India and outside of India.
I think that's the promise of the platform as well, right? Everything is a gem. Everything is a gem.
Yeah, that's the thing. Every film, there is a reason for it.
Yeah.
Like, you may or may not like a film, and even internally, sometimes we have conversations and debates about films. But every film is there for a reason.
Yeah, that's right. Guneet, now you've been in this industry for what, over a decade now?
Yeah.
Making films, producing films,
Yes.
putting films together. What is in your circle of friends, filmmakers and producers, what's the buzz like? Has the word gotten out that movies coming and it's curating?
It has, and everyone, filmmakers are very excited because it is seen as a place of honor, a place of respect. It has a little space in the heart of, very warm feeling about Mubi. Mubi, the brand, what it has been able to achieve globally and sustain. Sustain and grow strength to strength from year to year. Mubi, once you get used to Mubi, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
It becomes a religion.
Yeah.
So it becomes something that you go to.
It's
know,
true.
it's
You
your
want to wake up
place.
every morning and see what's new.
Yeah, what's new and what can I learn from that?
Yeah.
So,
Some people wait until midnight to see what the film.
The changeover is going to be. Wow.
yeah, so that is going to happen here. But I think I'm one of those who's like stressing about the 29th day ticket. Oh my god, this is going to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there's.
But turns out that's quite interesting, actually. Like, without us realizing, that's a major sort of human psychology.
Yeah.
There is some scarcity, and there is the film is going to go. So if you look at the viewing if you look at the viewing data, the film of the day is the highest views. Because people are really waiting for what the film of the day is. And the first, after 1 or 2 days, it just sort of like, goes down, that film. And then it starts coming up again.
Right, because oh my gosh!
As it's about to leave.
Yeah.
I think that's fascinating.
It is fascinating. And if you guys missed Moonlight by any chance, and if you wondered why it finally won over La La Land, it is on Mubi India right now.
Oh, yeah, that's a great film.
Yes.
Of course, Benny Jenkins is also a good friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just subtly dropping names.
No, I mean...
No big deal.
He's lovely. Really
Guneet Monga is my good friend. Now, anytime, like you said a few minutes back, that India is many countries and you have to really understand the landscape and the languages and the different film industries which exist here, because it's not just at one place. There's like 10 different cities making all different kinds of films, and that's why Guneet's expertise becomes helpful. But when a new, when you want to launch in India, it's important to hit the ground running. It's important to know, what you're doing is the right thing, and for that you've partnered up with Times Bridge. Tell us something about that partnership as well.
Well, this is the opportunity here is vast, and the ecosystem is quite big. The local know-how in a place like this, it's really essential. I mean, Mubi coming here by itself, without knowing anyone knowing anything how the system works, how anything works, would have been much more challenging. And at times, really, like literally, right away, I feel like we had a partner that allowed us to really engage with the community day one. Mami was a Times introduction. Guneet was a Times introduction. And all these partnerships then started to really evolve, because one thing also leads to another. And of course, throughout this launch period, we've been working very closely with Times and strategizing anything from how to launch, where to launch, to even what our price should be for per month. So yeah, it's been a really good experience.
Just wait.
I wish there was a Times in every country that I could go partner, and here is Times Indonesia, here is Times Brazil.
You tell Times Bridge what you want and they'll make it happen in Brazil and in Malaysia. Now, speaking of Mami, now this festival, this celebration of cinema, it happens annually. It is something that Mumbaikars look forward to. It's something that people fly in from different cities and outside the country to come to Mumbai and participate in this giant festival. It's starting tomorrow. This is the second year that Mubi is coming to Mami. What was last year's experience like? Did you just go back with the best memories?
Yeah, and last year at the end of the festival, I already told Anu and Smriti that I want to launch Mubi during Mami.
Yeah.
This
is 2018.
Yes, that was last year. So here we are. We are here. We are operationalizing. We are launching Mubi in coming days. And here this year we have movies in Mami.
That's
films
right.
that we either produce or we bought. Our first production. So Mubi, of course, is getting into production. It's a logical thing to do for us. Our very first film is a film called Port Authority. We co-produced this together with RT, and Martin Scorsese is the exec producer. The film premiered in the Cannes Film Festival, and here it is in Mami. It's doing its Asia premiere.
Can you believe?
Here. So that's really quite amazing. And then we have more films. So we also have The Staggering Girl, Luca Guadagnino's film. Luca made a short.
Yes.
And that short was official selection in Cannes, which is sort of unheard of. Like, Cannes doesn't put 30-35 minute film in their lineup. And we have a good friendship with him, of course, because we bought Suspiria from Amazon in the UK. We distributed it. That was a very powerful film.
Those women. Suspiria.
And so we were close to the project, and we bought the Staggering Girl movie owns globally, and we are doing this Asian premiere here in Mami. And I'm actually going to be doing a Q&A there. The screening is Friday morning, I believe, at 11 a.m.
The FA will be doing a Q&A at Mami, so if you're around, if you're in Andheri, PVR Icon. That's the
Yeah,
Versova
PVR.
PVR at 11 o'clock. The movie screening at 11 a.m. And the Q&A is with none other than Smriti Kiran. She is herself Miss Mami. She is the creative director of the festival, and she is a good friend of movies as well.
So she, I just landed from London just a couple of hours ago, and I was checking in, and she came to give me a hug, like in the middle of all this.
Oh yeah, because you're at the same hotel. Yes.
In the middle of all this chaos. I mean, she's
We love Mami.
The festival starts tomorrow. Can you
Yes.
imagine her schedule, and she came down, and she's so great.
We love Mami, and Mami loves Mubi very, very clearly, and onwards and upwards, more things, big things.
Hugely supportive, and also amazing community of filmmakers and film lovers. So it's one of the best festivals in India, and it's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Guneet, now before Mubi India launches, and that will happen soon, watch this space for dates and pricing, etc. You are taking care of content. What is it that you can tell us? Anything about you're excited, what's happening, anything that we can talk about the upcoming
I
launch?
can tell you that gems are coming.
Okay.
Very excited for so many things that we are getting. I can't tell you what because that is the world's best secret.
Yes.
Because it has to be one every day.
Yes.
But we have some gems that are going to pop up with the movie launch. Yeah.
So before we wrap this up, I just want to say thank you to everybody who watched right now. This will be available on all our Twitter feeds. So please, if you missed the thing in the beginning, come back and watch the whole thing again. And follow @Mubi India. That's
Yes.
MUBI India, Mubi India. Follow the handle because lots of exciting things are coming up. Efe, any
Great.
last comments?
No, thank you.
I
Welcome to Movie India, and happy watching.
Yeah, and as we go along, I want to say that Mubi is a platform that also supports cinematic experiences. So a lot of amazing stuff is going to come on the Mubi Go app. Just dropping some things here, but lots is coming up. Follow Mubi India, and you will know.
We'll tell more about Movie Go, which is a really exciting development in coming days.
We'll do another Twitter Blue Room when we're ready for the Mubi Go announcement. My name is Sucharita. This is Guneet Monga. That's Efe Cakarel, CEO and founder of Mubi. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.